All right. Test.
Test.
Kanye West right now is really spiraling right now. So is making a lot of pop culture news at the moment here. So he made some recent anti-Semitic comments on Twitter. They were taken down, but not before.
Were
people
they
got
taken down or were they taken out of context?
No, they were deleted. I think from his. Yeah,
Go ahead,
deleted
Nick.
from his. Yeah,
Argue this one, bud.
I want to see how this goes.
it's kind of hard because he
Let's
said
just sit back
something-
and listen.
He said something along the lines of going DEFCON whatever on the Jewish people or something like that. It was pretty direct. So since those comments, a lot of folks are kind of disassociating themselves from him. It's sort of a max exodus lately. So he's lost some pretty big shoe deals and clothing deals and agent deals and a lot of different things. He oddly showed up recently at the Skechers headquarters, unannounced and uninvited.
I didn't hear Skechers. Come on,
right? And apparently they're owned by a Jewish family or something like that. So they kind of threw him.
Sure.
People that work at Skechers don't want to wear Skechers, man. Come on.
I like Skechers. Stop. No, but they
and K-Swiss, leave them alone.
That's right. That's right. And Ruse. That was a good shoe right there. Ruse shoes. They had a pocket. You could put your key in.
Oh,
your
yeah.
Money.
Those were kind of cool. They made a comeback. Like when I was in high school, there was people were wearing those again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, maybe Kanye West should try to go to Ruse.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll take a call from him or something like that.
This is the perfect example of somebody where cultural and society is just trying their damnedest to cancel him, and he refuses to be canceled.
He has a lot of money. Now
he's fucking holding on, and everybody's trying. And when I say everybody, I'm talking about like sponsors and people on Twitter, whatever. I'm not talking about people like you, Nick, that are like just fans of his music. I'm talking about people that are firing him from endorsement deals and all this stuff.
Yeah. Well, I would say I feel like I'm not impressed is the wrong way, but it's quite remarkable.
Yes, by all means, let's hear it.
It's quite remarkable how many incidents there have been with him, how long it has gone on, and how long it has taken. Like he's had to reach this level to get here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he's done everything he can to be canceled for the last I don't know, 15 years.
It's like he's challenging society.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
like how far can I push this?
How wacky can I be?
How batshit hateful, crazy, whatever can I get before they actually? I'm done. It's
okay. So here's the question for you guys: what's the end game? How does this end? Through all these past 15 years that he's been doing this and getting more crazy and wacky and all this, where does this end? How do you guys see this ending for him?
Go ahead, Nick.
I'm
interested in your opinion because you're a big fan of his.
I've been a fan of him for many years. Love his music, and I've had since all this. I've even had friends reach out to me and be like, "So how do you feel now? What's going on?" Because I've been one of the last guys standing, defending. I'm I don't agree.
You called him a genius recently.
I did, yeah. I mean,
in
many art forms and in art media, he very much is. But even when he does crazy shit, I'm always I don't agree with that. But hey, he's got issues, and he's the problem is
Nick's been waving his flag for years.
When someone has issues, that's fine. People do have issues. The difference is, are you doing anything to work on your issues? Are you trying to help yourself, or are you just continuing to spiral crazier and crazier? And for a long time, I honestly,
is Nick pulling that flag in slowly, looking around, going, "Oh no,
no!" And I don't take at no point before this I would never take back defending him on anything because I've always felt that, for wherever he was coming from was a good place. He wasn't well in his mind. He, meant well, but just went about things the wrong way and just, was eccentric and all these things. But I mean, like, at this point, like, I don't know. When you say, like, Endgame, when you first said it, I'm thinking, like, the sad part of this is, and I don't know if this is how you meant the question or not, but I don't believe there's an Endgame for him with it. This is not, he's not well, and I don't know what this is now, where he's at. I don't know how the artist that I was following 15 years ago, that's making, Jesus walks and, things like that. They're making these incredible albums, making these incredible songs, standing up on live television and calling out the president for not doing enough for black people. Like, how we got here to a White Lives Matter shirt and to anti-Semitic remarks and also, like, especially, like, not that I knew her or him then or anything like that on a personal level, but following the career, especially watching the Yeezus documentary and seeing that how his mother was, the educator, the just the loving, supportive, motherly, just woman that she was, and how much she meant to him, and all he did to try to make her proud. And I guess there was always that too, where I'm like, he's just got this part in him that I think he's almost like a child, to where, like, he can't, like a child that misbehaves. They're doing it because they have something good in mind, but they don't know how to do it right. So what I say all that to say, I don't know how we got from this person, or the way that I perceived this person, to where we are now. Like, I really, like, I feel like I went to sleep one night and then one day you woke up and fucking shit was crazy. Like, he just went, like, I mean, and to say Kanye went off the deep end now, as opposed to the other things he's done, is really saying something. Like I said, there's quite the history of doing things that are drastic, that are sporadic, that are crazy, that are, you know what I mean? Like, but this is just a whole other level. And like, I don't care who you are or what kind of music you like, or, how much he's meant to you or his music's meant to you. Like, this is unacceptable. I wouldn't hold him to any different standard than I would anybody else. This is just inexcusable. So I don't know what is in his mind that's like making him think that these things are okay, especially when he's supposed to be this man of God and this Christian and this, that's doing everything. He's got a school now, and the Donda school, and he's talking about it's almost like, who was the guy in Waco, Texas, that with the compound that,
David Koresh,
mm-hmm. that, like, thought like Jesus was talking to him or God was talking to him. Like, you almost wonder, like, is he, like, think that he's right? I don't know. I don't know where he's I don't know where all this comes from. I can't make an excuse for him. I wouldn't want to. It's unacceptable. So it sucks, because I've been a big fan of his for years, and it's tough to see him spiral out this way. Same with it was like Marilyn Manson early in the year. I watched the Evan Rachel Wood thing. I'm like, well, this fucking sucks. I was really a big fan of the art he created, and I thought he was an intelligent, well-spoken, decent person with a gimmick, and that it just, you know what I mean? It sucks. It sucks to see your heroes go down like that. But it's completely inexcusable, and it fucking sucks. But he definitely deserves everything that he's lost. So.
Do you think he gets it together? Like you say, the end game. Do you think he comes back and apologizes?
Like he goes into rehab, he gets on medication, and he does like
screw everybody, and I don't care. And
I could see a path for it. I could see it being possible. Definitely hard though. Like, you can always, plead insanity on the whole thing and be like, hey man, I was,
America loves a comeback story.
Sure they do. I was done with him when he talked to Tucker Carlson.
Right.
Before all I was like, motherfucker sat down with Tucker Carlson and is trying to get this fucking piece of shit to like him. Like, screw that. No, I'm done.
Yep.
Just insane. It's crazy. So just, man, sucks. Okay. It's a no-go. No-go.
Okay. That's a no for me, dog.
It's going to be a no for me, dog. What do you think, Brian? I know you were the biggest fan of his, of all of us. So what would...
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of his. Just nothing. It's just it's okay. Yeah. It just, but it just seems like a guy that's not mentally well right now. That's right. It. Yeah. So I think that's what it is, and I also think too, if you're in that position, I'm sure the mental tolls it would be levels that we can't even comprehend. As far as you have extreme wealth. You can have whatever you want, possession-wise. You lose your wife, and it's already got to be like, wow, because it's like you have all this fame and power and money. We talked about this on prior episodes too. And your wife leaves with your kid, and that's got to be tough to think, wow, like it's hard to absorb that anyways. Anybody, regardless, how wealthy or whatever you are, it's hard to go through something like that, I'm sure. And I don't know. It's got to do a number on your mind as far as what your sense of reality is really. It's just a whole different level. I'm sure what you think is what you can get away with and what you can say, and I don't know. So
look at it this way: he has become so famous and so wealthy that you lose sight of reality a little bit.
Right.
I mean, look at this podcast. We're a global podcast, and
right.
we have all this fame and fortune ourselves. And let's face it, Nick, Brian's kind of become an asshole.
It's hard. It's hard to.
I saw him push a kitten down and take its lunch money.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
What you gonna do?
A poor little kitten, just on his way to the milk stand, just to get
on his way to the milk stand.
Yep.
And he took it, and then he bought the milk, and then just poured it out in front of him and said, "Yep, this is what happens in Bryantown." I don't even know what that means.
Pissed on the milk on the sidewalk, said, "Lick it up, bitch."
Well, he was doing stuff like that before he was famous. I'll tell you that. He has fetishes.
I get phone calls daily trying to convince me that I don't need you guys. It's just you guys are just just
weighing you down.
Dead weight. Exactly right. Everything was fine until recently.
And how do you respond to Nick's mom?
We were recently heard. Everything was okay, but we were recently heard. Now this is true in Switzerland and Greece, and as soon as those two countries picked us up, it's been a lot different since that time. I don't know. It's just different. I don't know. Right. That's right. Okay. Well, guys, I mean, that topic ran a little bit long here. I think that's actually, we're going to talk about some other stuff on idiot inquiry. I think that's a pretty good idiot inquiry this week as far as, just the take on how a person with such fame what it does to somebody, your lack of judgment. And at the end of the day, if he is mentally not the best right now, hope he gets help. Hope he's okay. Hope he can't apologize. What he said was way out of line. He's going to have to definitely make amends and own what he said and everything. So, if he's not sick and he's not and he's mentally competent and everything, fuck him. I agree with that. I agree. If he does not own what he said and try to make amends to the Jewish community and otherwise, then you're right. He definitely does not deserve to be forgiven, and he has to accept the consequences of what he said. That's it.
Hi, this is Millennial Nick, along with Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean. Hey, if you liked that video, which we really hope you did, you should like and subscribe. That would be great.